down there.
You tired, Aiden?
Hey, Jim, you're bad now. Oh, no, it's not fair. You're taller than I am. Oh, hi.
Yeah, as soon as we opened the door, ran away.
You know what?
It's okay, she'll come.
You're huffing it, Aiden.
She went all the way up the street. Like way up there. Aiden was trying to chase after her.
So we're at the Aethenium. We're in the library.
I gotta do this side. Thanks. I can't let you touch this ear. Oh. So, can I interest you in some bubbly? No alcohol, no problem. Hi.
Wait, it's photo section. It's usually photos of photos. Not too shabby, huh? I've had better.
Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy you could be here tonight. I want you to meet the man who made this possible. His name is Dexter, and he made sure that we got this gorgeous room and that we have these beautiful flowers. Please don't take them home. Please don't take them home.
We'll pat you down on the way out.
Only the best. Dexter to be with me. So let's give them a huge hand.
I want to take a moment. Obviously, thank you, Michelle, for putting this all together for Bob and recognition of him and how much we love him and he's done for us and for everybody else. He's a great guy, and I might be twice his size, but if I'm half the man he is, I'm a happy guy. Thank you, Bob. I love you.
Ken, this is good to make it short.
Oh, my next sibling.
You know, I looked to Richard's memorial. I was so surprised with his speech there that day. It was so cool. His speech up there that day.
We got the glasses.
Sissy ain't playing. So, growing up, I had such respect and admiration for my pop that when people asked me, what did you want to be when you grow up? I would say, I want to be a carpenter, just like my pop. And if that didn't work out, I wanted to be Julie, the cruise director from the Love Boat.
You did it.
Yeah, well, let me just say which one you're more qualified for.
I did not ring your bell, in fact, Sissy. As a child, I grew up, I loved and I adored my pop, and I couldn't exactly explain how I felt about my pop without saying that I wanted to be a carpenter. But now that I'm a little bit older, hopefully I'm more articulate, and the way that I can explain how I love and respect a little more eloquently than I used to. Pop, Paul, and Papa, a plethora of peas. I am proud to call this man my pop. Today he is 80 years young and 80 years strong. He is a you see what you get kind of dude. There's no airs, and he's not trying to impress anybody with fancy cars or fancy clothes. He has been an incredible role model of love and loyalty to his family and his wife for over 5 decades. He has lived his life not just saying, but demonstrating through his actions that family comes first. My mom and pop would come to all my bicycle races in college, to our daughter's dance recitals, soccer games, football games, and to AJ's rugby games, and to his marching band performances, which take them across state lines. And my papa calls us every single Sunday, and he is very persistent. If he calls the home line and he can't get it, he goes into what we call stalker mode, and every single cell phone will go off until he finally gets a hold of somebody. And the first thing that we hear is his trademark, "Oi!" And if we don't get a hold of him when we call him back, what does he say, family?
Judd speaking.
Judd speaking. And he will pick up his phone regardless of where he is or what he's doing, just to say hello to his family. And the last time I rang him, I am not making this up, he said, "Oi, you know, can I call you back? There's a cop right next to me on the freeway." Dude, don't pick up that phone. It'll wait. Why don't you call us when you get there? His weekly phone calls are an example of family first philosophy. He always would tell us, friends may come and go, but your family will always be here for you. And this quality must run very deep through the Judds, because his sister Carrie and her husband Dermot have come for his 50th, his 70th, his 75th, his birthday, and you always make time to be here for your brother too. So welcome, we're glad to have you. Okay, Pop has also demonstrated tremendous work ethics, which is demonstrated by him getting up and going to work every day when he's 80. And there is somebody who sees that work ethic every single day, and that's his best friend, his 5 p.m. beer buddy, and his fellow hammerhead Mac, who really is his best friend. Anyone who knows the three of us, my sister Mitch, my brother Ken, or me, they all know that it doesn't matter what job we accept, whether it's working on an oil rig, if we're at a bank, at the grocery store, at the PTA, or at JPL, we give 100%, and that's a perfect example. We live by the example that you've given us over all these years. Okay, are you ready for a fun story? Another thing I appreciate about my father is his great sense of humor. He's so witty and he's so funny. A prime example of this is about 25 years ago, my parents were having dinner, and my pop was gnawing on a bone, like the carnivore that he is, and my mother said to him, "You better stop on that bone, you're going to break a tooth." And as we all know, mother always knows best, and what happened? He broke a tooth. So she said, and it wasn't any tooth, it was his front tooth. And she was mortified, and she literally just said, "I will not be going on this cruise with a toothless pirate like you." So off he went to the dentist. Thank you. He got his tooth repaired, and he came back, and my mother, first thing she said was, "You did get that tooth fixed." And he nodded his head, "Yes, dear." And then he smiled, and he had taken aluminum foil and put it over his front tooth. To this day, Todd and I just laugh every time we hear that story. So I've shared a few different stories with you, but over here on this small table, I've got some pieces of paper there, and if anybody would like to share a story or something you love or admire about my father, you're welcome to do so, and if you don't, that's fine as well. So just thank you, Mitch, for making this happen. You know, this is a really special evening for you, Pop, and I want you to look around all these people who love and respect you, and we're all happy to be here. Love you.
We love you.
Thank you. One more speech.
We have somebody who wants to say something.
Marcy, zip it.
Shut it.
I'm very pleased to be here with Dermot and to be able to represent our family, as both my brother and sister have ill health and they could not come. So I'm very pleased to be here, and I thank all the family for making us feel so welcome. And I'd just like to do a little Maori quote, and I'll give you the translation afterwards, please. He aha te mea nui o te ao, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. And the translation is, what is the most important thing? It is people, it is people, it is people.
All right.
Something, you're welcome. Just, we're going to drink more. Ding if you want to say something. Otherwise, keep drinking.
Already got
We got a lot of people that come here to hear you say something other than Judd speaking.
Just speaking.
Boo.
Aren't they wonderful people, every one of them?
Yep, I agree.
You know, and isn't it amazing to be able to stand up like you're standing up?
Zip it.
Zip it.
Yep. Thank you all for coming, and I really appreciate Michelle going to this wonderful effort to put us all together and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Good job, Derek. I don't think there's anybody else who would have been able to get him to do it.
My shame.
Your husband has my attitude. We get too many people that don't work with their hands and just with their mouths. So.
Thank you, Jeff.
Call is Trudy Carpenter. I include myself on that somewhat.
First of all, thank you. Thank you for the company. Thank you for the invitation. And I wanted to just assure you that the rest of our family really is sad that they can't be here tonight. And we try to reflect on the comparably short time that we've known you. It's only a decade or a little bit more than that we've really known you. What makes you stand out? Other than that you are so much younger than we are now. And we've come to the conclusion in short reflections over the last few days that it is that you symbolize the rock picture of a man to us. And what does that really mean nowadays? What does it mean nowadays? I asked my daughters, one of them is 35, one of them is 33. They're both very accomplished young women, and they both agreed that this kind of a man is almost not available anymore, not only because of the age and the experience that comes with it, but because of the values and that you so well described, and I'm so thankful for you doing that. Because we as young accomplished women or older accomplished women have struggled so hard over the last few decades to find our own voices and really point out that we are independent. But it is men like Paul who still are the rocks in a life if then they are there. And I think
enough already. I've only got $50 on me.
And I think no one could have put it better than his daughter to describe what really makes this possible and what really makes this out. So I very much encourage all of the younger generation women, try to look for a man like this. They're very rare.
You're lucky Kim Searle's not here, Dad. She'd be gushing on about you.
All right, keep drinking.
This is like for Christmas. Very nice place.
It is.
So wait, what was the? They had like a whole World War II collection over here. U.S. Army in World War II. Awesome. So cool.
Oh, I didn't know we were leaving.
Oh, where's my thing? 1917.
Mama Walker.